Hi, everyone. I don't know what's going on with my broadcast, but am I live and can you guys hear me? I went back to my old microphone. I hope you can hear me. We're live in Facebook and in YouTube. Um, yeah, and as I mentioned earlier today, we wanted to talk about a little bit more about Made in Malacañang, the costumes of Made in Malacañang. And we have with us today the costume designer. But before I call him in, I just wanted to, there's some good news that we want to share. Just a minute. I just found out too that, wait, where's the amount? Do oh, yeah. $206 million. This movie is just going crazy. Amazing. Congratulations to everyone in that team, to Viva, to Daryl Yap, Senator Amy, the artists involved. That is the highest grossing film after the pandemic. So, because I'm such a fan of films and the arts, I wanted to highlight that. Um, there's a lot to celebrate about the movie, and because it is a period film, it's like 1986. The uh, the costumes and the art direction is very important. And yesterday we talked to Ashley and Marion Honor, who did the music. So, and today we have this chance to talk to the costume designer. It's very rare that I get to talk to costume designers while the film is still ongoing. And let me call him in already. Good evening pala to everyone who's watching, okay? From, teka lang, before I call Joel in, magbabati-bati muna tayo. We have, wala pang OFWs na maraming lugar niyan. Wala pa ngang OFW, kakalipad lang yata nila to go to Tokyo. Watching from Edmonton, hello. And we're also live in YouTube. Hi, Ju Chu Chaneth. Watching from Thailand, Anthony and Teko from Canada, and Gregory from California. Lex, love the butterfly sleeves. It's not. It's just really puffy sleeves. I just got this from Mango, and it's so puffy. I like puffy sleeves. My kids love it too, but it's just really big. Okay. So, like I mentioned, we'll let's have a nice little conversation with the costume designer and let me call him in. Are you ready? You're good, right? Okay. So let me introduce to you guys Mr. Joel Bilbao. Hi, Joel.
Hello, Daphne. Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for participating in this. I'm so glad we got connected despite all our technical
Finally.
difficulties. Yeah, finally. And it was really a pleasure meeting you at the premiere. And I didn't get to talk to you so much, but I read the article that came out in Manila Bulletin.
Okay. Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
by our friend Eliza Romualdez Valtos. And she told me all about your great work as the costume designer. You have been in the business for so long now. You've been doing this for how many years?
Since 1991, that's 30 plus years, 3 decades.
3 decades. My
Yes.
goodness. But you actually also worked for government before. You mentioned that you worked for Department of Tourism.
Yes, right after college. I worked with the Department of Tourism at the time of Minister Aspiras. It was called the Ministry of Tourism then. Um, right after college, yeah, they offered me a job because I took
And
my a practicum there, and then they offered me.
you were doing marketing, or what were you doing?
At first, I was a staff assistant for the overseas offices. The MOT then had overseas offices as it is now. So I was in the head office. I took care of the offices in Asia, and then transferred to US offices. So I'm the
Oh.
link from the main office to the overseas offices. And then after the revolution, the EDSA, um, I was transferred to the Office of Tourism Information. So eventually I became the head of the Media Relations Office, which is virtually the press office.
Oh, wow. That's a great experience. And how did you end up getting into costumes?
Oh, well, as part of my job in the DOT, the Media Press Relations Office, I was also handling the VTR and the photographers, and we send them out to places, festivals to cover. And then I set up a library of this is pre digital. So, this 120 slides where from there you can print posters. So that library became the source of pictures and images for my designer friends who were into production in
Oh,
UP. So that's how it started. When they learned um, that I resigned, they said, "Why don't you join us?" So at first, I didn't know anything about this job. I learned it. I learned the ropes while I was doing it.
oh, wow. Okay, so before we go on with your filmography and your experience with films, let me just put up this one picture here that you sent to me, and we'll get started about Made in Malacanang. All
Yes.
right, guys, can you see that? I don't know how to make it like bigger, but this is the. Tell me about this. Is your sketch about what the characters should wear?
Yes, for the part one of the movie, because the movie is divided into four parts actually. Um,
Four
this
parts.
came well.
Okay.
This
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Go.
initially, okay. This came about um, because we had a series of meetings with Daryl and and Senator Aimee. Okay, and there were notes for me what should be in the costumes. One is that during the time the senator was into um,
Madonna.
Madonna. Okay, so she said that she always wore crop top and high waisted pants. Crop top because she was a new mother and she tended to breastfeed. So she wanted to be
Oh.
ready all the time. Okay. And then from Eliza, also we learned that Irene was into off the shoulder blouses. And then one of the considerations too is the family color, which is red. That's why I placed Imelda in red. And then
Mm-hmm.
and the checkered print, the plaid. Be-
The pants.
they being Ilocanos and Visayan. So that is it should be represented in the design of
Uh-huh.
the costumes.
Okay. And then the president was wearing like what is it, a Fred Perry
Yes,
shirt?
he was into Fred Perry. Um, at first, the initial reaction I got was, "What are they wearing? That's not how they see them." Well, well, this movie is seeing them in their most private moments. So
Mm.
you see the president in his Fred Perry. In fact, if you look closely, he was wearing slippers in the first part
Ah, oh, kasi bahay niya.
in
Pambahay.
Bahay. Correct. So, well, I just told them, if you're not used to it, because it is not what they wear in public. It's in their private
Uh-huh.
quarters.
Okay, that is so interesting. Now, we're hearing from a lot of our viewers here. Very interesting conversation we're having. And guys, I know that there's a problem with the audio of Joel. We were trying to fix it earlier, and this call almost never happened. So, tiisin na lang
Correct.
natin. Kasi ang gaganda ng mga storya niya. Okay, it's
Mhm.
medyo grounded. I don't know how to fix that, but let me pull up another photo here. Uh, okay, so the as a costume designer, that doesn't mean you actually make the costumes from scratch. You source them and you put them together.
Yes. Some As a costume designer, you can source it out in malls, in
Mm,
stores, but there are costumes that you have to buy the materials and have it sewn, like this one
okay.
in the picture of
The pants.
Christine. The pants, I have that made. It came from a textile, and I designed it. I had my mananahi to do it for me in a jiffy.
Yeah, because you guys did it so fast.
Yes, we only had 4 days. Four
Oh my
days of prep
goodness.
before the first day of shoot. So
Okay,
it
so
was
she
quite
had this
grueling for me.
the accessories, like the cross was even in the script, and then the mga bracelet na yan.
Yes. That was the bracelets were we had it we had that bracelets made here in the house. And I
Uh-huh.
asked some, well, I have a staff. I don't work alone. So some of them went to the nooks and crannies of the Visoria to look for staff, for the materials to be made into that costume and accessories.
And did it help that you were actually like you lived through the 80s? So this is
Yeah,
1986.
I'm a senior citizen. When
Hindi
the Marcos,
halata.
thank you. When the Marcoses ascended into power, I was 5 years old.
Oh.
So, and I started school in 1964. So, and I graduated in 81. So, practically, they're the only president and first lady and the first family that I know. So,
Mhm.
I didn't research much because, I know it from the tip of my fingers. I've lived through martial law. I have my own martial law stories, you know.
Mhm. But so you could relate to the Madonna aspect.
Mhm.
When she said that she liked Madonna in 1986. So you still remember that?
Yes, of course. Um, when Madonna came into the limelight, I was already in my mid 20s. So I'm very much aware of how Madonna looked, you know.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. Now let's talk about the maids. Uh wait, what kind of research did you do and how did you portray them?
I needed help from Eliza Romualdez Baltos, the cousin of Senator Amy, because was having difficulty in um, finding a clear picture. Normally it's blurred. Sometimes they're in the side view. I don't see any, a frontal picture of them. So Eliza helped me. Um, from their personal albums, they were able to provide me with the look, the copy
Mhm.
of the maid's uniform, and even the PSC.
Mhm.
It was called PSC then, right? It's
Right.
Presidential Security Command.
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what so they were wearing like white, almost nurses like outfit. How about this one?
Yes.
I have a question from Jap Vivas. May mga personal po bang gamit si Madame Imelda na ginamit ni Rufa sa movie?
Hindi sila magka-size. And the like the gowns of the first lady, they are too brittle to be used.
Right.
Masisira lang, sayang.
Mhm.
And the first lady is much smaller than Rufa.
Yeah. I actually helped out a little bit with Eliza when she was restoring the some of the gowns of Mrs. Marcos, and they're museum pieces. Some of them are brittle,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that they are being restored. Tell me about
Yeah, I
this.
saw that was Herculean task for both of you.
Oh no, I was the minor. I was just utusan. Eliza was the one who did the restoration. But this is tell me about this. So you had to have this custom made.
No, this is just for the look test.
Mm.
But it eventually became the poster, you know,
Mm-hmm.
of the movie. Um,
Oh, okay.
yes, this was for the look test. I was given 2 days to prep for
Mm-hmm.
this, so we did not have this made. We just borrowed it
Oh,
for
okay.
everyone.
And then you just put the red sash for the. This is the one that came
Yeah,
out in the
and
poster.
we mocked up the medals. If you see, there are
Yes.
medals and breasts, even with the president. So that is done by my staff too in the house.
Interesting. So, not just for this movie, but in your other movies, how do you do your research from photos, books? Uh,
Yeah, I have invested in a lot of books because I tend to do period films like 1900s, 1800s. So invested on it. And then, of course, with the magic of the internet, it's easier not to research. With those kinds of movies, I do a lot of research. Um,
mhm.
it is, I am lucky because I enjoy reading a lot. And
Yeah.
research is not a task for me. I love the information that comes to me that I learn.
Hmm.
So eventually I gravitated to doing these epic films. I'm offered you know, um, the big budgeted epic films like El Presidente,
Wait, I think I
Bonifacio,
have it here. Is this, wait,
Valer.
is that El Presidente? Yan.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh. So,
You
yan
know,
yung mga, this is a movie about
Aguinaldo.
Aguinaldo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Com- Compared to Made in Malacañang, in this movie, we used to dress up 300, 400 persons per scene, all in costume. So I have a bigger staff, you know,
Wow.
um, and it has to be well organized for you.
Yeah.
It's like, when we do costumes, we're like a machine. Yeah. Um, it has to be planned on how many hours you are to dress up 400 people.
Wow.
So I've gotten used to it. So
Okay, let me just pull up some of your other movies here. And you also did the series, Mulawin.
no, I did not do the series. Uh,
The movie. Okay.
the movie, I entered this into the Metro Film Festival. So I
Oh no. I think we are losing Joel. Okay. I'm not hearing Joel. Joel, I can't hear you right now and you're hanging. I'm so sorry, guys. Let's try to get him back.
the designs
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me, Joel?
hanging again. Yes,
No,
I
you're
can
okay
hear
now.
you.
Okay. Yeah, you were
Okay.
hanging a little bit. So you were talking about Mulawin and you
Yes.
did this is like from the series, so they made a movie
Yeah.
and they
The
were birds.
series, I did not use any costume from the series. These are entirely new costumes for the movie. And I asked permission to alter read these characters
Okay. All right.
there. Can you hear
The,
me?
yeah, I can hear you. There's another question that came in. Did the maids actually have uniform? Yes, they did. And actually, some of the maids were not
Yes.
maids. They were some of them were in the military, I believe, like nurses and wax.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
during that time. Let me pull up some of the photos that you sent me here of Rufa. Just a minute. Share. Thank you for your patience, Joel, and my audience.
No
Okay.
problem.
This one.
Oh,
Was
that
that the same
is
gown as Kanina?
no, it's a different gown. This is the one that we saw in the movie when Rufa was walking, looking at her shoes and her
Ah,
gowns, and this poignant scene with Jago, with Bongbong supposedly uh, on the bed. This is the gown that she used. I
oh,
we did this in less than 24 hours.
wow.
But
So
there,
did you? No.
I'm not the only one responsible doing this. I'm just like a conductor in an
Oh, well,
orchestra.
that's not just. Without you, it would fall apart. So you put everything together.
Yeah, somebody, because of the time element, somebody did the body, you know, and then somebody did the butterfly sleeves. So
Ah, okay.
once the body is ready, I send it to the one who will make the butterfly sleeves because he does it so well, plus the embellishment.
Okay. Now
And
to
voila,
those,
in 24
right.
hours, it's done.
So to those who don't know, like you would think that we as Filipinos we would be so used to make having the most perfect butterfly sleeves, but there is a it's a tricky construction that that you really have to master how to make the butterfly sleeves stiff and standing. It has to look dignified, not so floppy. But is there any things that you learned from your research along the way about a very good how to make a good terno sleeve?
Yeah. Um, Before, what they use is the kanya maso. It's, have you heard that? The
Is
kanya
that the
maso.
lining, yung sa
The
loob?
lining,
Yeah,
it's very
it's like a
stiff.
net. Yeah.
Yes, like a net. But now, uh, since it has already evolved and they have discovered ways of doing the butterfly sleeves, now they have this bone attached to the sleeves. That's why here in Rufa's sleeve, even if she lies down, it does
Mm.
not crumple. It does not.
Yeah.
It does not go out of shape. There's
Yeah,
a
I saw that.
plastic bone which you normally put in the bodies. You know.
Yung parang sa corset.
Yes, correct. Now this one has it in her sleeves.
My goodness. That is so technical. I don't think Mrs. Marcos's gowns had that in real
No,
life.
no, 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 no,
None. Because
none.
I actually saw her gowns inside out and
Yeah.
iba yung panahon na yon, iba pa yung laman
Oh,
sa
yeah. Yun yung plain kanyamaso.
right. So hindi na tayo nagkakanyamaso ngayon.
Nagkakanyamaso pa din. Iba pa rin
Oh.
siya. Iba pa. And I think it's expensive, ha?
Yeah.
No, we use kanyamaso. Here, in that gown, it has kanyamaso inside, but fortified with the bone.
I see. That's a very good tip. So ayan,
Yeah.
merong boning.
Mm-mm.
What else do we have here? There's this other dress that you sent me, the red one. Wait. There. That's yeah. We won't talk about where that scene came out, but that's for Mrs. Marcos.
Right. Uh, Again, we only had 24 hours to do it. Um, because this scene was not, I'm not sure if it was in the original script, but um, we wanted a Western type of gown for Mrs. Marcos.
Mm-hmm.
And in her house, in the where we shot in San Juan, she had a big painting
Mm-hmm.
of a Western gown similar to this, but in
Mm,
black. Since the scene that
mm-hmm.
it was used for, uh, we wanted some flowing element.
I see. So this is like What fabric is that called?
Um, the the inner is neoprene, but
Oh,
the outer part is chiffon.
chiffon.
Again, the
Oh,
same.
mhm.
It's the same process. Now somebody did the basic dress, and another person I transferred it to the one who does the beadwork well.
That's amazing. Wow. So, with all your knowledge about costume and fashion, how come you didn't get into fashion designing?
Ah, maybe because I'm not a people person. You have to have a lot of patience when dealing with
I
your customers, because the customers pay with their own money. It has to be perfect it, to the T. I don't think I have the personality to deal with it.
Oh, wow. Well, luckily you were able to make a living out of being a wonderful costume designer, and that you had an amazing body of work under you. And I guess with this movie now, films are coming back, local
Yeah,
productions.
yeah. I have a pretty good body of work, because I have been offered these wonderful movies, that despite that I don't know how to draw, I do not know how to sew. At first, I had my when I told Daryl that after the movie, he was so shocked, because well, you know at first, when I was starting, when I was got interviewed by a designer, and said, "Do you know how to draw?" And I said, "No." And he told me, "Are you sure you're in the right profession? You're in the right business?" I just lowered my eyes and just turned back. I was so
Oh, that's so
embarrassed,
funny.
disappointed. But like I said, fate really played a joke on me years after that. I have my awards. The industry has
That's
recognized
right.
my work.
Let me
So
read out your awards here. You have under you, you have three FAMAS, four-star awards, one Luna, which is a Film Academy Award, one Gawad Pasado, one Gawad Tanglao, and an Urian nomination. That's very
wasn't
impressive.
isn't that a joke?
No,
you
I
know,
think no, I think
but
like
my designer friends, they told, because I was apprehensive and quite skeptical, that I cannot be a designer. They said, not all designers know how to illustrate.
yeah.
Not all designers know how to draw. Sometimes it comes from my mind. And my friend dissected it for me. He said, "What's in me that I tried in the business? It's because thou of my eyes, the way I see things, what I see beautiful, you know."
Yeah,
And
I think that's important.
yeah, my aesthetics. I know I have a very strong color perception, because I just have to see the color, and I even if I don't have a swatch, I it marks in my head. It's on the top of my head.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. That is a mastery of your craft. That's amazing. And of course, you have this wealth of knowledge from your experience.
yes,
Uh, it's
yeah.
great that you're able to apply it.
You know, being in the industry, being a costume designer, you can be the best designer in the world, or in the Philippines for that matter, but you may not thrive in the business, because if you're a good designer, but it takes you 1 week or a month to do your masterpiece, the production
Mm,
cannot wait for you. So what is important, uh, of course, talent should be there. It's your reliability, because
yeah.
every delay, every additional days of shooting, when you tell them that, "I'm sorry, I don't have the costume," that means millions for your
Right.
producer.
So you have to be very professional and meet your deadlines. But I also want to point out that costume designing is not just for period movies. You've also done This is not a period movie, is it, Baler? Or
It
was
is
it?
Baler. It's
Oh, it was.
1800s. Yes, but I've done,
Okay.
I've
Is Joel with us? Wait, guys. I think he's.
done Mano po and Do. There, do you hear me?
I hear you now.
Do you hear me
You said
now?
yes, I do. So you've done other movies that are not period, like Mano Po.
Mano po with Vilma Santos and Donor, a Cinemalaya film. Uh, Later on, I found out was produced by Senator Amy Marcos. It won the Best Picture in Cinemalaya. It's about a despondent couple who was out to sell their kidney, so for the
Hmm.
money, of course. So it's a very contemporary and ordinary clothes, really, just t-shirts, loose t-shirts,
Yeah.
that stuff. I do
Okay.
that too, but the
Yes.
industry seldom does call me for such movies because um, I'm offered yung mahihirap na pelikula.
Yung mga may costume talaga, like period.
Oh,
We have a question here from Kat who had just joined in. Again, how long was the process in creating all the costumes for MIM?
uh, 4 days before the first shoot. While we are having the shoot, I was also doing the costume for the succeeding days.
Wow. So you were not
So
there during the shoot?
I'm there, but I go out
Yeah.
from time to time because I have my staff, to take care of the continuity, the you know, I make sure that all the costumes needed are there
That's
when they need it.
fun. That's amazing. Well, Joel, thank you again. It's just been I saw the film twice and it was very it hit me again in the right places. It's a wonderful film and I'm really glad that we're able to highlight the art behind it, the
Well, thank
music and
you.
the costumes and of course, yeah, you worked with the I call him I remember him as Kuya Edgar Litawa. That guy. Is that him? Art director. Oh, we have a bad connection. Anyways, Joel, I hope you can hear me. But yes, so the art director of the film, Edgar Litawa, uh, whom I knew as a child. And we had Joel Bilbao with us, who shared his stories about being the costume designer. Naghahang siya, I know. Um, well, I'm glad that we got through most of the interview, Joel. I'm going to put you in the backstage. Oh, we lost Joel already. Okay, but we had a very nice, interesting conversation about Joel's profession as a costume designer and how he put the looks together. He wasn't actually the one designing the each item, but the entire look he put together, and that requires specific skill in a for someone to be able to deliver fast and not to delay the production because the film is a sum of many small parts and each part is important to the final product. So it was really wonderful having a nice talk with him. In case you missed the beginning, I will share with you again a photo that sparked this conversation and a sketch of the characters, and I will be posting this interview in YouTube and in Facebook as well. So that's how it started. They had four um, chapters or periods, which was, well, it was a 3 day, a span of 3 days. The story was told in 3 days, but yeah. So Very interesting, right, guys? Hmm. Ngayon, and we talked about also terno construction. The terno sleeves are very, very important. Not every designer now knows how to properly do a standing terno sleeve. Sometimes it gets really floppy, but there are tricks. And as mentioned, I had seen the original gowns of Mrs. Marcos. I've worked on helping clean and restore them. Um, uh, yeah. So I think Joel is back. I don't know. But yeah. So uh he had been working on many other films, most of them period films, and he also works on contemporary films that, just need t-shirts and things like that. But um thank you guys for tuning in. I will let Joel go. And I really appreciate his call. Thank you so much, Joel, for participating in this live. Yes, Kat said interesting topic, but bitin. I know. Let's keep doing. Let's keep talking about the arts and films and the people behind it. Joel, are you okay? Can you hear me? You want to say? You want to come back in? Ah, you're
I'm
back.
sorry. Yeah, my
It's
phone
okay.
overheated or
That
something.
Yeah, that is my fear if my laptop overheats as well. But yeah, so you had walked me through your process and showed me some of your work. What is it like for you now? Are there any projects? Are you committed in a long term like project, or do you like this just these quick and intense shooting things?
Well, one is that Dario told me
Mm.
of another movie soon.
Oh.
And he said I was doing the costumes again for this one. So I
So
look forward to it.
medyo 80s na naman yata yan.
Correct.
Ah, okay. Sana you have more time to research and produce your
Yeah,
outfits.
um, that was the only thing that I asked from Dario during me. Give me time, and he said, "I'm sorry that we cannot give you the budget, yes, but the time, no." Because there was a date that they have to meet to be able to show it. So
Okay. So, all right. I don't want to what do you call that? Spoil it. Let's Okay na 'yan.
okay, yon. Alam mo na yon.
Baka magkita tayo ulit. Ay
Oo.
nako. Well, anyway, Joel, thank you again, and I will uh, I will let you go na dahil nag-overtime na rin ako dito. But
Oh,
maraming salamat, Joel, and it was really a pleasure meeting you. When we met, ang ganda-ganda ng suot mo. You had this lace, uh,
I made
parang
that. I designed that.
oh, you see, yeah,
From
you
my
had a very
tela of 6 years ago.
pareho pala tayo. I always collect tela also. One day
Oh.
gagamitin ko yung mga tela ko.
Uy, salamat. Salamat for taking interest in our field of work because this is a rare occasion that costume design is tackled is given media mileage. So thank you very much.
Oh, I'm so glad. If I had my other TV show, I would have done, really a behind the scene with your work and brought my team there to see your collection. I'm sure you have a bunch of things of your own that you've, uh, you know, managed to collect through the years. But thank you again, Joel, and I hope to meet you
Thank
again
you.
someday.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. So that was Joel Bilbao who was able to say goodbye properly despite all our technical difficulties. So Ayan, let me just greet all of you. Ito si Kath again. Can't compromise on the quality. We have Eleanor Lau watching from Hong Kong. It's okay to be late. You can watch the the taped one, and this is from Grant. We have Laban Safe na Safe sa Budget. Filippo from Parañaque. For the mother for the motherland. Sas, ikaw ba yan? Anong streaming service are you using? StreamYard. Ikaw. When are we going to stream together, Sas? This is from Grant. Thanks, Daphne and Joel. Great conversation. Yes, more arts and yeah. Oh, I have a friend here. Hi, Bobby. Thank you for the stars. Marge, ma'am, buti hindi ka kinakancel ng kabila. Paano yung clients mong kakampi? Wala na, hindi na uso yung cancel. Work lang tayong lahat. Okay. Her Marine, I know the artist behind the costumes. Well done. Yeah. So, very interesting, right? Oh my God! Look at the size of my sleeves. It's so exaggerated. No, it's just like that, guys. Okay. So, again, congratulations to the team. They're at 200 and what 3 million, and I have some more other topics lined up for you guys. It's next week we'll be doing things about manifesting the life that you want. We have handling stress, things like that. Not so much anymore about. Ay, sorry, bumalik. Okay, not so much anymore about the movie, but we will keep doing the arts. We'll do interesting topics. If you have other things you want to talk about, kindly let me know. And please share this in your Facebook and also like and subscribe YouTube. Uh, yeah, the channel is getting to be alive. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. The more I do this, the more I get used to it. And hopefully later on, maybe after this surge in numbers and after my kids go back to school, maybe I'll do videos outside. How about that? Because that's what I really do. That's what I've been doing on TV, right? In the meantime, I have been very busy with my children. Two are going to be back in high school next week I think, oh no, week after, and my eldest is going back to university, so she'll be flying out again, so I'll be very very sad again. So we are maximizing our time together right now, and today we were at the National Museum of Fine Arts where the inauguration was. But it's my go-to place. I always go to the National Museum when I have time and I'm just like got nothing to do, or when I want to make pashal the kids, because it's free. Okay, even the parking is free, guys. um there's no more limits. You don't need to make prior appointments. Just bring your vaccine card and follow their rules. Very very easy. There's no more limits. It is so tiring because it's so big. Okay, that you can't see everything. You get really really tired, and there's no coffee shop. Oh my god. So I have to get used to that. Sana magkaroon ng coffee shop or something sa National Museum complex, so that we can spend the day and then cross the road to go to the other museum. Otherwise, ooh, it's just so tiring not to have a coffee shop. Anyway, oh, how cute is that? Yes, Sass and Daphne collaboration for the mother F. I like that. For the mother F. If you know, you know. Yeah, that's matagal ka na yata manonood ng F. Sino ba naman nakakaalala ng F dyan? Nakakatawa naman. All right. Okay, so thank you, Rocky. I think it's the same Rocky from YouTube and Facebook. Thanks for watching on both sides. Okay. Oh, Eleanor, thank you. Whoops. Eleanor, watching Daphne ever since. This is Secret Sands from Baguio City. I was shy to say hello. Saw you in Baguio in May. I was shy to say hello. It was rainy, right? I love Baguio, but it was rainy in May and I loved it. I loved, and please don't be shy. Just say hi. And Deo from England. So anyway, enjoyed making Cuenta Cuenta to you guys. Thank you so much again. Uh, I will be back again with another live soon. Let me think of ideas. If you have any ideas, let me know. And thank you again for your open mind and your kindness. And to those of you who are new here, please like and subscribe my Facebook page and also my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And thanks for everyone for sending stars. Kita-kita ulit tayo. This has been Daphne Osenia Paez. Good night. Bye.